So today I'm going to be explaining why I believe that the Philadelphia Eagles are the most explosive and the most dangerous team at home in the whole season. Now I know some people might thinking, okay, why don't you think it's the Seahawks? We know about the whole 12th man thing. They've been having a strong offensive crowd for the longest time. Some people might even say teams like the Patriots, whereas they're just dominant anywhere. Like, let's be honest, they don't have to be at home or anywhere. They could put up 30 to 40 points on you wherever they go. But today, the reason why I say the Eagles is because what I've seen from them this season. Now, when we look at the teams that they've played at home, so far they played the Steelers, the Vikings, and the Falcons, and they've won all three of those games. I know some people might be thinking, okay, how does that make them dominant and explosive? Well, this game, the game I'm talking about the Cowboys and Steelers game. This shows me that the Steelers, I was wrong. They were not a former shell of themselves. They are still the high-powered Steelers offense, and they still have a somewhat good. I can't even say too much about defense. I will be honest, but they still have that high-powered offense, and they can still deliver whenever they want to. Now, it is important to keep in mind that Le'Veon Bell was not playing against the Steelers. Therefore, that was a huge minus on their offense. But they still did have D'Angelo Williams. D'Angelo Williams showed that he could prove to be a good backup, but the Eagles still held them to 3 points, and that was just crazy to think that. And then we move on to the Vikings game, and to be honest, I knew that the Vikings, they weren't going to keep up this hot streak. It was only a matter of time before they crashed. And I know some people might be saying, "Oh, you're just saying that just to say that," but no, I'm being. Listen, hear me out. Yes, their defense was amazing. They were 5-0, and their defense was doing all the work. But look at what their offense was working with. Nothing. They're similar to the Denver Broncos, in my opinion. The Broncos, I knew that they were going to crack sometime because, listen, the defense cannot carry you throughout the whole season. You need some type of offense, and that's something that the Vikings were lacking heavily. They lost Adrian Peterson. They got Sam Bradford as a quarterback. They were just lacking heavily. So I knew when they lost, it looked good on the Eagles record because they beat an undefeated team. But me personally, I knew the Vikings were going to crash later on. That's just me. And now we move on to the Falcons. And this one, listen, you can't take anyone away. You can't take anything away from this game because the Eagles just straight up dominated. They were not dominated, but they just straight up played good. The Falcons, they were coming in hot. They had all their weapons, and yet they're still able to contain them. And why is this? I believe it's because of the home crowd. I'm being so serious right now because look at when they go on the road. They've played teams like the Lions they've lost. They lost to the Redskins. They lost to the Cowboys and the Giants. That they've lost to teams who were, a lot of people will say, oh, the Falcons are way better. But the reason why that is because, I don't know why, but the Eagles, they just work so much better at home. And this might be because of their fan base. We know that the Eagles, even though I don't like the Eagles fan base whatsoever, that might just be me biased as a Dallas Cowboys fan, but still, I don't like the Eagles fan base, but they come out and they show out for their team. So I think that the pressure and not wanting to disappoint them is what motivates them more. And I think that's what leads them to like end up beating teams like the Falcons or like the Steelers or like the Vikings, beating them so easily. So I think that if they get into the playoffs and if they have a home game, which I don't think they will have because they're not going to finish, like, I don't think they're going to finish high enough to get a home game. But if these guys get on a run, a home, because they're going to have a lot of home games because so far they only played three home games, so they got a couple more left. If this team gets hot at home, watch out because they'll be dangerous. But overall, who do you guys think is the hottest home team? Comment what you guys think down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.